Yeah, Tshidi, today, if you won't mind, would you like to just introduce yourself and tell us your age and where you're from and a little bit about who Tshidi is?
Yes, my darling. The lady that you are seeing here is popularly known as Tshidi. My full names, I'm Pauline Mangile Matsidiso, born Muluti,
You.
became a Phiri. I'm going to concentrate on Tshidi. The reason why I gave Platinum the name Tshidi is a shorter version of my name, Matsidiso, which means consolation. And there's a reason behind the name. Whom do I console? Women like me, I always carry their hand to give them hope. I'm residing in Klerksdorp. That's me.
Fantastic. And what do you do for a living, Tshidi?
Tshidi is now a pensioner. She's a former teacher, but she's still helping during the Saturday classes. You know, I'm in demand.
Fantastic.
So
you
I'm
are a good
helping
teacher.
the kids. Yes, my darling.
Fantastic. And Tshidi, yeah, just on a more serious note,
yes, my
the journey with the cancer, how did it all start? Yes. What led to your diagnosis?
Yes, let me get into that bittersweet story. The position I'm in now, health-wise, it was on the 15th of February last year. I'm one person, I always have a regime of checking on my health every 3 months, every year. I've taken that resolution. And last year, it just happened that the bomb fell on my lap on the 15th of February, 2021.
Sure.
After doing the mammogram, the nurse was helping the doctor in charge, the radiologist. After discussing the tests with the doctor, said to me, you know, the doctor says you shouldn't go, you should wait. That's when I said, you know what, the narrative is changing. I waited. You were not there, my darling. Anticipating the worst. Obviously, they always cast their shadow. Why now I have to wait? After so many years, I never had a waiting period. It was all about you'll get the results. So I waited for the doctor, and the doctor said to me, you know what, this lesion, it has been malignant, but I'm getting a concern because it's growing. It is now registering a length of 9 millimeters.
Sure.
And it's suspicious, according to me. The big C, me. I couldn't give the answer. That then there was no response. And the doctor, I looked at the doctor, I gave him a silent answer. He could read my face because he suggested that I think you should take the biopsy right away. Then I just looked at him, no answer, mixed emotions. Then he said to me, you know, it's best that you go home, you sleep on it. Then we agreed. I went home. My 2 daughters are married. I was alone at home. Just imagine the scenario.
Sure.
Fine. Being a woman, we are born with that strength, you know. And being the kind of woman that I am, I've always, you know what, never allowed a defeating challenge. I always feel, okay, the situation is here. What do I do about it?
Yes.
The first thing when I entered at home, I undressed, looked at these beautiful girls on the mirror. I called them my babies. And there was a lot of denial. No, it can't be. It can't be. But then, you know, at the end of the day, I said, you know, the doctor cannot say this. I just have to respond and to get the correct answers. On the 17th, I went back, did the biopsy, 4 samples were taken. Jani, there is this long needle that is first in your baby. You look at it, the way it maneuvers your flesh. And I just said, you know what? What is important? I've got to get answers. Samples were taken on the 17th. On the 18th, my doctor called me, my GP. And she did not get me right away. On the 18th, I got 2 missed calls. And the message was, Pauline, it's urgent. It's urgent.
Sure.
I said, oh my God, there it is. But then I went to the doctor, I think on the 19th, I went to the doctor. She did her job. You know, as a doctor explaining, drawing, you know, tiptoeing around me, looking at my feelings, how scared I was, because one thing that I've noticed when I arrived, my file cover is changed from brown now. It was having this bright sticker that says, beware. And okay, I listened and listened and listened. And then she said, you know what, my darling, Pauline, these things don't kill, you'll get help.
Yes, sure.
She said, it has been confirmed the lesions is cancerous. The good news is that it has been detected early. So we stand a better chance.
Sure.
And she said, you know what? I've got one of the best surgeons I'm going to refer you to, Dr. Tshidi Phiri. And I was supposed to have gone immediately after a week after having recollected my emotions and set myself rightly so.
Sure.
But the big F, I mean, I'm a human being. The big F gripped me by its throat. Said, no. You know, I could see death flashing on my face. What if? What if? But at the end of the day, I went back to the doctor and said, you know what? Give me a month, I've got this and this to do. As if, you know what, I've got to cover certain areas at home before the worst could happen. Because, you know, I had unholy imaginations. Ooh, the devil has created his own workshop, and then he was taking me from this to this. I think after a month is then that I responded from February, March, April, May. I think it was May the 5th. And then I went to Dr. Sampi. I was admitted in hospital for 1 day. And Dr. Sampi, yes, it was on the 19th when Dr. Sampi, if not the 18th. I'm sorry about that date. Let me be honest about that, my darling.
Not a problem.
I'm a teacher. The teacher must give.
I see you very precise with your information. It's amazing.
Yes, the teacher must give the correct things, man, you know.
Yes.
On the 19th, I removed a lymph node on my left side. On the 20th, I was admitted in hospital. On the 20th, the doctor gave me the bad news, the good news that the lymph node came negative. So
fantastic.
I'm positive. And on the 20th, I was admitted and then left the hospital on the 21st. And to be honest with you, I had no pain, didn't experience anything.
Sure.
And the doctor was asking me, how do you feel? I said, no, I'm fine, although there is some stiffness on the side. And my daughter came, the one I'm with,
yes.
And she collected me, she fetched me, and then we went home. No, things were just normal because I'm one person. I never show my vulnerability.
Sure.
And even there was no reason for me to act as if I'm that sick person, you know. The next day I was busy with my garden. That's where I used to go draw my strength, you know. Yes, my garden, watering my flowers.
Amazing.
And after that, it was Dr. Sampi. I went back after 2 weeks so that he must check how the wound is healing and so on. And the doctor said, no, things are fine. Everything has been, the 2 lesions have been removed. You are clear of the big C. But then it doesn't end here. You've got to go for radiation to the oncologist. Jani, I'm telling you, I want to be honest with you. Ignorance is not bliss.
Yeah.
You keep asking yourself a question. You just follow what the doctors are saying, but you are not knowledgeable.
Yes.
Hence, I've taken this platform, you know, that let us be informed. I think if I was informed enough, I couldn't have had that big F, you know.
Yeah.
I could have gone through this journey with emotions that are calm and so on, but I'm happy that I was ignorant. Yes. I went to Dr. Sampi, recommended Dr. Rust, the oncologist. I went there. Oh, warm welcome. I started a 30-day journey of radiation. 30 days. Oh my God.
It's a long time.
With yes, 30 days.
It's a long time.
Babies. Am I going to lose this adornment, this baby that I love so much? But I said, you know what? I've got to go through these hurdles. I've got to jump them until I get to where I'm supposed to be. Then radiation started. The radiation started on the, wait, my darling, I want to give you the exact. I started on the 5th of July 2021 until the 17th of August 2021. Lying down on that machine as if you are already in your coffin is not the sweetest thing to experience. But with the radiation, what I loved about it, that allows me to control the journey and my emotions, is that the period was very short. I think I would go there for 5 to 10 minutes. For 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the crew was very good, you know, at the oncology, welcoming and so on. I think it is because of the weapon that I'm having. My smile also was doing the trick. And then, you know, they were giving me, they say you must give the world what you expect the world to give back.
That's true.
It's my nature. When I get to whatever, the first thing is I show my smile. And I went that journey for 30 days. I completed it.
Oh, fantastic.
I completed it. And after completing the journey towards, I think towards the end, the women need to understand this. Radiation is fire. It's fire that, you know, your body experiences, and you won't feel it. You will only feel it towards the end of the journey. I remember everything was normal until the last 3 days of the last week, where now the color of my breast changed, became very dark, and underneath I had blisters.
I know. Sure, I know.
It was a bitter experience, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Blisters, but as good as Dr. Rust was, she responded swiftly to that. She changed one ointment after the other. No, don't use this one, use that one, until you know what, the flesh, you know, calmed, and then it was only the bruises, and but she managed to sustain, she managed to control the pain that I went through.
Oh, fantastic.
That was my journey. That was the treatment, my darling. That was it.
Jeepers, Tshidi. And afterwards, you just going for your checkups, and everything is going good on your side further now.
Yes, during the you know, she was tapping on the progress and everything. I remember, I think immediately after, once a week, you have to go there, and then she checks on the progress. After radiation, I have to go to the doctor to check how am I feeling, and then discussing the reports, taking the blood test along the way, you know, to check if there is no recurrence of the big C. Allow me not to give it that honor.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
I think now I address it as the small C's, just that I want women to understand that it becomes a big C because it's torturous. It's a life-threatening disease. You cannot take it so mild.
That is true. My darling. And tell me, Tshidi, in your family, you don't have any family history, you know, of the small C. I can say it like that.
No, Jani, nothing at all. My mom she passed on as healthy as she was because of old age. Last year, the age of 87. No indication of that, unless maybe it is traceable somewhere in the far-fetched family. Yes.
But you know, it's actually so interesting because most of the diagnoses that we actually receive are people without any family history. So it's quite interesting. I think there's a lot of factors that plays a role, you know, with this. So.
And yes, my darling, I think with me, I was the first, and I think I'm going to be the last, because I think, you know, God wanted me to be on television, to be with Jani, you know, to share my story with the world, to share the story with other women, because what I've realized, our culture as Black people, it's not easy to discuss life-threatening diseases. It's a taboo. And you know what a taboo does? You keep it to yourself. When you keep it to yourself, what it does, it becomes a secret. That secret creates fear. That fear leads to depression. And because you are alone in that corner, an untimely death. So I refuse. And I refused. That's why I'm opening up about this.
And it's a very vulnerable.
To share my story with other women, Jani. Yes.
Sure.
That's my darling. I'm all yours.
Jana, I love you so much. You are amazing. Tshidi, the other thing I wanted to ask you just a little bit more now on the financial side. Do you have a medical aid? And did your medical aid pay out? How was the financial burden also? Were you okay during all of this?
My darling, I want to be honest. my medical aid came on board handy.
Yes.
That is why, you know, every year I would go for this regime, the mammograms, all these other tests, because my question was always, I do have a medical aid, why not use it? Doesn't mean when I'm healthy and then the funds are taken back and so on. The costs, my darling, they were covered by the medical aid.
Amazing. Sure.
And I was shocked to hear my doctor saying radiation cost me 125,000. Medication close to 700, blood test 8,000. Medical aids don't, you know what, hold your hand up to the end. Somewhere funds were depleted. That's where my family platinum came handy. Thank you, platinum.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Because I think it was from October now where I've got to take my cancer, my treatment, and then the medical aid indicated to me that funds are exhausted. But I went to the chemist with a smile because platinum,
Fantastic.
you know what, gave me the support that I needed.
I'm so pleased. That's what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you, how was your experience with platinum and the payout, and did it benefit you? Were you able to use it and, you know, to your benefit?
Yes, my darling, to my best benefit. Even, you know, what as the doctor would be additional medication to help me, the supplements, it became a journey that I enjoyed because I would get anything that I wanted health-wise to uplift and to boost my immune system.
Fantastic.
That's platinum.
I'm so glad.
Can I talk about platinum a little bit?
You can talk about platinum a little bit.
You know, platinum, our relationship is amazing. I just want to highlight one thing. I remember after signing in with platinum, I think we traveled the journey together for 3 years. After 3 years, I said, no, man, why should I keep on going on and on with this policy when I'm not a victim of this kind of disease, and it's not there in my family. They say it's inherited.
Yeah.
Platinum, I'm going to cancel the policy. I mean, facing financial constraints. Oh, there was a lady on the other side. I think it's Zita. She said, it happens to the best of us. What if you are the first? What if you are diagnosed and then you need this money? I said, oh my God, who is that prophet of doom?
Yeah.
But it became a homework, Jani. I said, I'm going to think about it. And then there was a follow-up call. And then we agreed to reduce the premium to 78 Rand. I still remember that.
Wow.
And then it was increased after a year or so. I want to brag. I want to compliment platinum, so that women who will be watching this must understand that this is one kind of a policy you cannot do away with. My experience with platinum, my darling, said our friendship is amazing. Our first encounter, after signing up, I received my letter as a first-time policy holder, a welcome letter. What I loved about that letter is the headline. It said, beg. I still have that letter. I'm telling you, I can show it to you.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Bring it on. It's on my table. It says, "You are special," with 3 ellipses at the end.
Yes.
You know, those ellipses, they registered a very special message to me that with platinum, those ellipses were saying to me, go together with us, hold our hand, you'll see as the journey progresses how special you are.
Sure.
Believe you me, they meant every word. I've been special to platinum. I've been spoiled. Jani, are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm just taking everything in and listening to you. You are fantastic. And that's exactly what we want you to feel.
Believe you me, they meant platinum, crew meant every word. The one who wrote that letter.
Sure.
She doesn't know the impact she had in my life.
Sure.
You started spoiling me with Isabella Garcia products. I'm still using those products. You may think I'm using the makeup. Yeah, I'm becoming young
your
at
skin
my
is
age.
so
It's
beautiful.
unbelievable. That's Isabella Garcia.
Wow. Yeah, your skin is beautiful.
I remember when I called platinum, I wasn't sure of what the response is going to be. After the biopsy, a friendly voice on the other side advised me to start sending the reports. I shouldn't wait for the final treatment. Then I emailed the first reports of the biopsies and everything.
Yes.
Within no time, I got a response. And I was asked about my journey. How do you feel, Tshidi? Just that. It meant a lot. I think every week I was checked on to find how am I coping with the treatment and everything. And after the whole procedure was completed, I signed claim forms. I sent the final reports, and Platinum responded the next day that we have everything that we needed from you. They kept me updated in an amazing way. I received an email after 2 weeks that reports were received. From there, emails were popping in. Were sent, updating me on all the stages my claim is and has gone through. Within no time, after 3 weeks, I was paid with a capital H, handsomely. Handsomely. I can't disclose. Women, I'm sorry, I can't disclose the amount because you'll collapse. I had regular checkups with warm, encouraging words were sent unexpectedly from Platinum. That's caring spirit, I'm telling you, Platinum is having, left me speechless. They blew my mind when I received a gift box. Jani. I received a gift box. I remember I got a call 2 weeks before I went for my birthday trip and to check on me and my health and progress. And then I indicated, as bubbly as I am, that I'm on my way to go and enjoy my birthday. And I said, wait, the gift is coming. Thank you for the gift. The contents, you know, your friendship, your goodwill, it's amazing, because I was in my luggage that was ready, the backpack. I was missing 2 things.
Wow.
I was missing a nightie and slippers. They were inside the gift box.
That's fantastic. Sure.
Wow. What blew my mind out of that, I'm telling you, it was the head, Jani. I looked amazing on it. You saw the pictures.
Yes, you did. Beautiful.
And the head was the most precious thing. And how did you know that I'm a reader? I got a book that uplifted my spirit more. I would see myself in that woman, how she handled, how she faced the situation. People want a happy warrior. And that woman has boosted that. I always had that, but it escalated to the next level.
Sure.
I don't think my family, even now, they're still shocked that I've gone through this, but I handled it with a big smile, you know.
Definitely. Very strong.
I embraced it, I accepted it, and it is through that book that you have given me to read. That woman is amazing. That it says, you know, you don't give room to fear. You've got to have that strong faith and believe that you have to go through certain things as long as you believe that the solution will be there at the end.
Yes.
To Platinum, I could say a lot about this. Just reading that book, I was always writing a journal about my journey, but
Yes.
it has, you became the wind behind my wings. You know, it's the end of everything from Platinum. How could you? I'm cruising in 2022. I'm having a voucher from Pick and Pay. I just do what, pick up and swipe and go out of the shop. I don't spend my money. Thank you, Platinum.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
You spoiled me. You spoiled me, Platinum.
I'm so glad.
That's my journey. I love you. Every woman should be a member of this big family of us. If a woman doesn't want to lose out, be a part. We live in a world of unexpected events. Anything can happen. It happened to the best of us who never thought we'll encounter the big sea. But Platinum will embrace you, will carry you along. My personal wish and words of caution. Number one on the list, it happens to the best of us. The unexpected, they will always come. Number two, as much as death cannot be denied, it can be delayed by early detection. Women, wake up. The body, number three, the body that we carry communicates. We refuse to listen. They always cast their shadow. Listen before the problem shouts. The fourth one, carry this slogan with you, woman, from today. My health is not my GP's responsibility. It's my body. I'm responsible for it.
Sure.
The fifth one, take a sister along. It's high time. Take a sister along. Encourage and set appointments for their mammograms. And when you go there, take them along. Whether at work, at home, gatherings that you attend with women, in church, let's show sisterhood. Let's uplift the sisterhood spirit. My dream is to see less numbers registered when it comes to women dying of breast cancer. That's the sixth one. The seventh one, let us use the first 3 months as women, adopt it as our resolution for the new year to do mammograms in South Africa and beyond.
Sure.
The eighth one, I can't wish this for anyone, even my worst enemy. The big sea is torturous. Lastly, if a woman dies, if a mother dies, if a sister dies, it becomes a great loss for both the family and the nation. Thank you, Jani.